Hello, my name is Luke and I work for Expect Best. Here's a quick look at a demo we've created for a client who wanted a shift booking system for their temp desk. What you are seeing is a working example of the main things they asked for. It opens on the shift board as our client ran from this desk two spreadsheets. Everybody on the book buttons down here on the side. And under this week's shift, you've got the client's shift that need filling. Roles range from warehouse pickers to forklift drivers. You can simply drag a candidate onto a shift to book them, and the shift shows how many it still needs and turns green once it's been covered. And as you can currently see, there are 10 places to fill across this week right now. Looking at Wednesday, you can see they need a forklift driver. If we drag this guy over, it won't take him, as he is already booked on that day 6 till 2. So it physically doesn't allow me to add him to another job. On the original system that our client was going to use, it allowed for double booking and just flagged it afterwards to her via email. But by then, nobody had been told they are working, so we changed it to stop it at that point of booking and explain why. So no one is getting double booked. There's a second reason it will turn somebody down, and it's the one our client worried the most about. Down here you can see Rise is a forklift driver. He's got the counterbalance ticket and he's free all week. So on paper he's basically who you would want. But it won't take him either, because he's still going through vetting and his right to work check hasn't come back. That's what stages down the side are for. Everybody's either applied in vetting or cleared, and the only cleared ones can go out to a client. It's an easy thing to forget when you're trying to fill shifts, so the system doesn't let it happen. In this example, I've just simply marked him cleared. He is now ready to be dragged to work, and now he has filled up that shift. The other side of it is getting the hours back in at the end of the week, and this is what the temp has on their phone. Last week's shifts are sitting here waiting to be sent. That one ran over about a quarter of an hour, and they sign them off at the end. The client signing them off isn't the same as the office approving them, and that's on purpose. They're agreeing to the hours worked, but it's still up to the desk whether it goes through to be paid and billed. So once it approves, they are more than happy to pay for it. Nobody's typed any of these figures in. As you can see for this top one, 16 hours at his pay rate comes to about £297.60. And Wessex is flagged at 24% because it's under the minimum they set. It's the sort of client that looks busy and profitable until you sit down and work out the rates, charging the packing rate in settings, and the flag clears. Then it's one invoice per client for the whole week, rather than one for every timesheet. So if I approve this work and raise the invoice, it has 6 timesheets, which is 849 plus VAT on Perbec's own 14-day terms. From there, it goes across to their accounts. We didn't build their account system as they already had one in place that worked completely fine, so this just sends all the numbers over to them. They also wanted a statistics page, which is here on the left, which shows how many shifts get filled the same day versus the day before. It's 57% same day against 91% with a day's notice, and forklift drivers are the worst for it. That is very handy for a client for knowing when they need more candidates on the books. They also wanted a settings area So our client could add and remove candidates and client accounts, change the pay and charges rates, and set up new roles for their staff, all without having to ring us up for every little change. As you can see here at the bottom left, there is a phone view, as we made this system run completely on the browser, so you can use laptops, tablets, or phones, and it updates the moment something has changed. It's knowing a shift is covered for the desk. It's the whole week on one screen instead of multiple spreadsheets. Systems such as this can scale to whatever you need it to be. Or something even simpler than this, so a simple shift board or something a lot more detailed. If this is something that interests you and you believe it could help your company, please click request a quote. We'll get back to you as soon as possible with the next steps. Thank you so much for watching.